Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I've seen a bunch of people on YouTube recently who are doing unhauls of their books that are on their TBR, or books that maybe they read and just like didn't really vibe with. So I kind of want to do that, but for a specific purpose. I'm wanting to build a little free library in the yard of the business that I'm creating. And so I thought, what better way to do that than to go through my big collection and go through my entire TBR list, see if there's anything that I feel I can unhaul, and anything that maybe I've read that I have a duplicate of, or read that I just didn't really want to keep on my shelf. So that's what we're gonna do today, and I'm gonna go through every single book on my TBR so you guys can see what's on there, what am I keeping, what am I not keeping, and yeah. So let's get into it. Let's start on the bottom shelf of my TBR. So this entire case goes up. There's 4 levels of this, and they are all filled to the brim of books. So let's go through, start on this shelf, and I'll tell you everything that's on there and what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping. So let's start by taking all the books off so that we can add them all back in as we go. I think it'll also be kind of fun to keep track of how many books I have. If you can hear my dog drinking, oh my gosh. How many books I have on my TBR, so that we actually have a count of how many books I have. Okay, let's start with this series. Y'all can see Sadie. She's up in here. I have the Kings of Sin series. I have the 3rd and the 4th one, and I have the 1st one. She's somewhere. I think she's in our living room. There are a couple books in my living room. Y'all, don't let me forget to show you those. But I have the 1st, 3rd, and 4th book. I don't have the 2nd book yet, which is kind of crazy. But I am definitely keeping these. I already have the 1st one in there on my TBR right now, like my active TBR right now. So definitely doing that. So these are gonna be a keep, and they are 3 books. No, let's not do that, because I will forget that I have added the one in there onto my list. So for right now, that's 2 books going on the TBR. The next book on the list is Susan Malley's Sisters by Choice. And I think I'm gonna keep this one because it is still intriguing me a little bit. It's definitely an older book probably, or just like it gives an older feel, and I think I might be in the mood for that this summer. So we're gonna keep that. That's 3. I'll keep a running tally up here because I'm probably gonna lose count at some point, so y'all be updated. Okay, the next book on the list is Nora Roberts' Stars of Fortune. It's book 1 of the Guardians trilogy. I think this is one I'm going to unhaul. I've read the description and it's just not calling to me, like some of the other books I know will call to me, and I just feel like someone will probably love this a lot more than I will. So this is the first book on the unhaul going into the little free library. Okay, the next book on the list is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I'm definitely gonna keep this. It's a Barnes & Noble's exclusive, and I haven't read it yet. And I feel like so many people talk about it. It is very intimidating for me, because I know the verbiage is going to be a little bit harder to understand. It's not going to be an easy summer read. So I'm trying to save it. Like, I don't know. It just is really intimidating to me, but I do think I do want to read this. I want to know what everyone's talking about when they talk about The Scarlet Letter. And so she's going to go back on the TBR list. Whoa, my voice like cut out. She's going to go back on the TBR list. Okay, the next book is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, I think. And this one really calls to me for some reason. I know it's about Nazi Germany and just like books. And I just feel like that's so interesting. So this is 100% going on the TBR. I can't wait to dive into this one. I just feel like I've had so many other books around that like I just haven't been able to get to the ones that actually do call to me, and I kind of forget that they're even there, and I think this is one of them. The next book on the list is Everything All at Once by Katrina Leno. And this one definitely intrigues me. It's a premise that I think I would 100% love. I think the only thing that's making me be like, maybe not, is because although it's a premise I think I'll absolutely love, I haven't picked it up yet, and I haven't felt drawn to pick it up at all. But it looks like such an easy, like, fly through it read. I think it's like young adult, yeah. So this is a younger book style. So I think I'm gonna keep it, but I don't know. Maybe I just need to like bump this up on the TBR and just knock it out and see if I even like it. Because I think I remember that the reviews on Goodreads weren't 100% great. So maybe that's why I like let that deter me from not reading it. I think I'm gonna put it back on, and maybe we just need to bump her up on the TBR a little bit and get her read. Okay, the next two books that I have on the TBR are both Book of the Month picks, which I don't have Book of the Month. I think I found these at a book sale or something, or a yard sale or something. But any book that I've seen advertised on Book of the Month is highly rated by like all of the people that I trust with book recommendations. My hair is like going crazy today. So I am definitely gonna keep both of these and add them to the TBR. The one is Too Good to Be True by why is my brain not working? Carola Lovering, I think. And then The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. Both premises sound really interesting, and I just trust that they've been thoroughly looked at and known to be good. So those are staying on the TBR. Next, I have a bunch of VC Andrews books. I recently read one of her little series called the Orphans series, and although it wasn't like a 5-star read for me, it was super easy. It kept me intrigued, and I ended up actually really liking them, and they were super easy, like 150 pages max in each little book, and that I can get down with. I think these are the same way. Yeah, super short, quick reads, which sometimes you just need. I think I said I read the Orphans miniseries. That's not what I read. I don't remember what they were called. I have to re-look at them. I read a different series of hers. This is the Orphans series. Now the only thing is I don't have the first book of these, so I do need to get them, but I do have 2 through 5 of them, and I'm gonna keep them on the TBR because I think they're really good to just break up things, and also they're super small, so you can take them easily on like trips and stuff. So these are gonna go back on the TBR. Also, it wouldn't be fair to put put a series into a little free library because like you don't know who's gonna take what. So like series just doesn't make sense for me to put on the little free library. So throw in on the TBR. On the same note, we have Virgin River by Robin Carr. My grandma has read every single book, I think almost, of this series, if not all of them, and it comes highly rated by her, so I have to read this book. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I have to read it. Okay, I think I found the next book I want to unhaul, and that is The High Window by Raymond Chandler. This book was written in, I think, 1942. It's a vintage crime novel, and I thought I would love that. Like, I thought I would be super into it. Look how small the letters are, and I don't know. I've had this book for a really, really, really long time and have never once felt a need or a want to pick it up at all. So this one's gonna be Unhauled. When I first got it, it definitely looked super intriguing. It's really short, yet it has really little letters in it. But I think for the right kind of person, this will be perfect. The next book on the list is Killing with Confetti by Peter Lovesey. I'm gonna keep this book. I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. The premise is interesting. I just think, I don't know why, but I have an instinct that it's not gonna be a 5-star. And I think that's what makes me like not pick it up, but I have no idea. No idea if this is good or not. It's like basically brand new. I know I got this at a book sale, which means like nobody read it, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep it on my TBR and hopefully get to it, but it's probably low on my TBR, if that means anything. The next book on the TBR is a Jodie Thomas book, Picnic in Someday Valley, a Honey Creek novel. I have another one of these in this series that is before this book, and it is on my active TBR, and so I'm definitely going to be keeping this. It just looks so cute and simple and just so lovely, and I think it will be perfect for, honestly, it would be perfect for the spring, but I got this a little bit after the spring, so obviously can't read it, but maybe in the summer, if I don't get to it, it'll probably be a spring book that I go for next year. The next book on the list is All for One, Melody Carlson. I'm gonna put this on the unhaul list. I'm not drawn to it. I thought it was interesting when I first picked it up, and now I'm like overwhelmed by it. I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of point of views and just a lot going on, and I just feel like this isn't the kind of book that I've been gravitating towards recently, so it's gonna go on the unhaul list. The next book is Little Broken Things by Nicole Bart. I don't know how to say that. This one I'm gonna keep. I had someone read it and they said it was okay, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's definitely low on my list of ones to read and could probably honestly go on the unhaul list, but I want to give it a shot, you know? So that's where we're at with this book. The next 3 books are books that I'm 100% keeping. They all have piqued my interest, and I have no idea why I haven't picked them up yet. Maybe just I haven't been in the mood, I don't know. But I have The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I'm obviously going to read that. Holly Jackson did so well with the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I have to read that one. And then we have The Inheritance Games, which is so right up my alley. I just know I'm gonna love that, by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Gonna read that one. And then I have The Cruel Prince, which I know I'm going to love. It's by Holly Black. I just have been wanting to finish the Throne of Glass series before I start another fantasy related series, because I think if I start them both like in switch between them, I'll just be confused. So this is one that I definitely 100% want to jump into. It's just I want to wait until I'm done with the Throne of Glass series first. Okay, that is row number 1. I say that's pretty good. We have 3 on the unhaul list, and so far we have 19 on the TBR list. So I'm gonna take a short little break, and then we'll come back and do the next row and move it up. Okay, now we're on to this row right here, and we'll be able to get this row in this too. So instead of taking them all off, because now I'm higher up, I don't want to have to like reach down and get it because I'm sitting on this high chair. So we're just gonna go through them, and we'll only just pull out the ones that I know I want to unhaul. So first book I have is Red Clocks by Lenny Zumas. This is another book of the month pick. So I honestly don't even remember what this book is about, but I know that I trust typically book of the month picks, so I'm going to keep it on my TBR. The next two that I have is Nicholas Sparks's The Longest Ride. I'm definitely keeping this. I've expressed great interest in wanting to read this. I think this will be really good in the fall, though. I don't know why. It's just giving me like fall vibes. And so I'm kind of saving it for that. And then I also have Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. This one I'm excited to dive into, but again, it's giving like not summer vibes, so it's just a little bit lower on the TBR list. The next ones that I have are Winning by Lara DeLoza. And this one I think is one that I'm going to be unhauling. It doesn't call to me, and it's a little bit younger, and I just have so many other books I want to read that aren't this one. So I think this is going to go into the little library. Then I have Good Riddance by Eleanor Littman. I've had this one for a really long time, and I think this is another one that I'm gonna unhaul. I've had it for so long and I haven't picked it up yet, so I think that's really telling for me. Like I've had this for a really long time and haven't picked it up, so this is another one that we're gonna be unhauling. The next book that I have is David Baldacci, The Fallen. I don't even remember where I got this book, but this is another book that I will be unhauling. I think this is just like, it has to be the perfect kind of book. This almost screams a little bit more of a masculine book than what I typically get into. So I'm gonna put this in the little free library just in case maybe a man comes and wants to find a book for him. This would definitely intrigue them. Then I have I'll Never Tell by Catherine McKenzie. This one seems right up my alley. It is a little mystery type book and a little spooky vibe to it. So I think that's why I haven't picked it up yet. I'm either gonna read this in the summer or definitely in the, like, almost this is screaming like fall. It's giving a little bit of a winter vibe, but I know that it doesn't take place in the winter, so yeah, I think that's the reason I haven't picked this up yet. The next book that I have is called The Memory of Running by Ron McLarty. This book I've also had for a very long time, it feels like, and I have yet to even remember that it's on my shelf. I don't know, I just like don't feel it. So I'm gonna unhaul this one as well. This sounds like it would be really good for like the perfect kind of like reader, and that's just like not me. So that's what we're gonna do with that one. The next book that I have is The Seasonaires by Jana King. This seems right up my alley. It is definitely a summer book, so she's gonna go higher up on the TBR because this is definitely summer vibes to a T, and we're definitely keeping her. She sounds so fun to read. Next book on the TBR. The next book that I have is called Stranger in Savannah. I bought this book a while ago. The only thing I didn't realize is that it is like the 4th book in a series, but it's also like 750 pages. So she is a thickie, and I want to read her so bad, but I need to get the other books in the series first. So that's why I haven't read her yet. Next, I have The Incredible True Story of the Making of the Eve of Destruction by Amy Brashear. This is one also that I've had for quite a while, and it like definitely seems like something I would love, but I don't think I want to read it more than a bunch of other books that I have on my thing. And just because I put it in the little free library doesn't mean I'll never get it back. It just means there's a potential for that. So I think I'm gonna put this in the library and unhaul it. I think this would be perfect for a bunch of people that I know. So I'm gonna leave it in there, and yeah, I think a bunch of people I know will love this book. I just don't know if it's high up on my TBR right now, and maybe one day I'll get to read it, but for right now, I think other people will love it. I don't know what that noise is. That bring, I have no idea. The next book I have is Obsessed by James Patterson and James O'Born. It's a Michael Bennett, the psychological thriller. It's part of that like world. I'm gonna keep this. I'm not excited to read this at all, but it's the only book that I have by James Patterson, and I've heard a lot about him, and I want to read it. I don't know how I'll feel about this book. Honestly, I have no idea. It could be a 5-star, it could be a 2-star, who knows? But this is a book that I could see putting in the library after I'm done with it, just because it's not my typical vibe of book, but I do want to give James Patterson a chance. So we're gonna keep it for now. Okay, next I have The Secret Agent, A Simple Tale by Joseph Conrad. This, I don't know where I got this. I have no idea. I can't even remember. That's how much I don't know. And this is gonna be an unhaul for me. It does sound interesting, but it just doesn't sound like something I want right now. And yeah, it definitely sounds interesting. I would 100% read this probably, but it's been on my shelf for a very long time and I've never picked it up, never wanted to pick it up, and I think that is a good excuse to unhaul it. Next we have Nicholas Sparks' A Walk to Remember. We're definitely keeping this. I've really enjoyed all the Nicholas Sparks books that I've read so far. Ooh, there's something in this one. The receipt for this book is in here. Interesting. So yes, this is definitely being kept. I've enjoyed every single Nicholas Sparks book I've read so far, and I can't imagine not liking this one as well. Then I have Murder in Postscript. We're definitely keeping this one. I think it's so interesting, the plot line. It's giving Bridgerton vibes for sure. I think the thing even says move over Bridgerton. The little review on the front. So this is definitely a keep. I just don't know when I want to read this book. So next TBR book. Then I have The Magnolia League by Katie Crouch. This book takes place in Savannah, Georgia, which I absolutely love. Hence why I have Stranger in Savannah. I have a bunch of books set like in the southern towns like that, and we really loved Savannah when we visited it. Plus the premise is kind of spooky and mysterious, and I love that. So this is definitely a keep on the TBR. Okay. Next I have Lock the Doors by Vincent Ralph. This I bought brand new, and it definitely is 100% something I will love, I'm sure. But I bought it a while ago, and it is definitely giving like fall/winter vibes to it. It doesn't feel like a summer book. It doesn't feel like a spring book. It's giving spooky vibes. So I want to read this one, but I'm saving it for the fall because I think that will be like the best time to read it, or maybe even the winter. The next book that I have is They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman. This one, when I first bought it, I was very excited to read it and jump into it, and now it's been a while later and I'm just not as drawn to it as I thought I would be. And yeah, but I feel like this, if you love like a good murder mystery type of deal, would be perfect for you to read. I just feel like I haven't been as drawn to it as other books on my shelf. So I'm gonna put it in the little library, and hopefully someone loves this book because I really thought I was going to. Then I have Death Comes to Pemberley by P.D. James. When I first bought this book at the little book sale that I went to, I was so excited. If y'all remember me talking about it in that video, that I was like, this is gonna be the best thing ever. It is such a cute looking book. Like, this is the woman that wrote it. Like, I was like, this is gonna be so fun. The premise was so super interesting to me. And then I picked it up, started reading it, and the wordage is so far above what I wanted to read that I just couldn't get into it anymore. I don't necessarily love books that are written with older style language all the time, and I don't want my brain to have to work that hard for a book that I picked up just because I thought it was an interesting premise. So I'm going to unhaul this book. I think this book will be 100% something someone loves, but you just have to have the right kind of mindset going into it of knowing like the verbiage is going to be a little bit trickier, and I just wasn't in the mood for that when I read this premise. So I'm gonna unhaul it. Dang, we made a lot of progress on this shelf right here. Like, my husband's gonna be so proud of me. That means we've ended up with, we've got, I hope I don't drop these, 8 more books to add to the little free library. And we have 11 more books on my TBR that I will be keeping on my TBR. So this is part 1 of this series. In the next part, you'll see me go through my top 2 shelves. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. I can't wait to keep going through my books and seeing what I do and don't want to unhaul. I think we've got a really good start for the little free library, and I'm really excited for that. I will have to let you guys know when I'm done building it and update you guys on that. But for now, I hope that the Lord is blessing you in so many amazing ways, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye!